How's it going? Today's video is all about songwriting. I'm going to be giving you 5 tips on how to write songs if you've not really written many songs before. This is really going to help for any genre. It doesn't matter what genre you're playing in. This is going to be really useful. So, tip number 1 is to write a lot of songs and do it often. Ed Sheeran, I'm sure all of you know Ed Sheeran. He states that when he's writing albums, he'll write 4 to 5 songs a day and he'll end up with maybe 100 songs, and only 12 of those will turn out to be good ones that he actually decides to use. I find it is the same thing as well. If I'm writing an EP for my band, it'll be 5 songs, and usually it takes about 30 songs getting written to come up with those 5 songs. It might be more songs than that for some other people. So I just don't want you to be discouraged if you don't really write good songs very often. You might end up writing like 20, 30, 40 songs and find that only maybe 1 or 2 of those songs end up being usable, so just be aware of that. Also, I want you to store all of these ideas, because you never know when something in your songs that you didn't use might end up being usable in another song, and it might be useful. So make sure everything is stored on your phone, on your computer, in some sort of way. Tip number 2 is to learn as much music theory as possible. Music theory is quite scary for a lot of musicians, but it really shouldn't be. It shouldn't be seen as this big thing to be feared. It should be used as a toolbox. I like to say, learn as much music theory as you can, then forget all of it when you're writing songs, and then you only need to kind of call upon your music theory knowledge when it's needed. Music theory opens up a whole new world of possibilities, and also allows you to play what you're hearing in your head as well. Often you can get writer's block and just get kind of stumped by not being able to put onto your guitar or your instrument what is going on in here. So it's really important to learn music theory, and cough cough, subscribe to my channel for lots of music theory videos. Tip number 3, so when you're starting off writing songs, I'd really suggest, no matter what genre you're playing, to stick to this basic song structure of intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, chorus. Stick with that, and it will be really useful for you in the future. You can kind of add to that in the future. The main thing you want to focus on is your verse and chorus. The verse and the chorus are going to be the kind of like main points of your song. Your intro is going to be like a simplified or shortened version of your chorus. The pre-choruses are kind of like something that lead you into the chorus, and a bridge is just something different from the verse and chorus to kind of add some variety to the song. Then from there you can add maybe different song structures in just gradually, but I think sticking to a simple song structure just works. Tip number 4 would be to write songs with other musicians. I can't tell you the amount of times I've written a riff and expected it to go one way if I was to write it on my own, but then I've brought it into a band situation and the idea bounced off another player, a bassist or a drummer or the vocalist, and the song has turned into something completely different that I would have not even been able to write on my own. It's really good getting in with other musicians who hear the riff or chord progression or idea differently to the way you do, and they hear it in a different context because of their different musical experiences and preferences, and you can really write really epic songs. Tip number 5 is to start writing songs at different points. So maybe you might want to start writing the verse of your song first. You might want to start writing the chorus of your song first. Just don't really you can start with the intro, but maybe starting with the intro every time might not work best for you. So try starting at different points and building around that. And the same thing goes with the instruments as well. If you're a multi-instrumentalist and you're writing drum parts, bass parts, guitar parts, you might want to start with the drum part, then add guitars on top of that. I often do that. And I often do it vice versa. I might often start with a bass guitar part or a piano part and build around that. It really is just what you hear in your head first. Just get that down and then you can build around it. So those have been my 5 tips for writing songs. They're quite simple and I think anyone can implement them. If you enjoyed the video, then click like and subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Did you have any experiences with these techniques in the past that you might want to share with the other watchers of this video? And do you have any other tips as well that you might find useful for other people as well? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.